निश्चक्राम ततः किञ्चिद् विमना इव सानुगः। मैत्रेय उवाच तस्यैवं वदतः शापं भृगो स भगवान् भवः। निश्चक्राम ततः किञ्चित् विमना इव सानुगः. Word to word translation. Maitreya Uvacha. Maitreya said, Tasya of him, Evam thus, Vadataha being spoken, Shapam curse, Bhrugo of Bhrugu, Saha he, Bhagavan the possessor of all opulences, Bhavaha Lord Shiva, Nischakrama went, Tataha from there, Kinchit somewhat, Vimanaha morose, Iva as, Sa Anugaha followed by his disciples. So here translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The says Maitreya said, when such cursing and counter cursing was going on between Lord Shiva's followers and the parties of Daksha and Bhrugu, Lord Shiva became very morose, not saying anything. He left the arena of the sacrifice, followed by his disciples. Purport. Here Lord Shiva's excellent character is described. In spite of the cursing and counter cursing between the parties of Daksha and Shiva, because he is the greatest Vaishnava, he was so sober that he did not say anything. A Vaishnava is always tolerant, and Lord Shiva is considered the topmost Vaishnava. So his character, as shown in this scene, is excellent. He became morose because he knew that these people, both his men and Dakshas, were unnecessarily cursing and counters cursing one another without any interest in spiritual life. From his point of view, he did not see anyone as lower or higher because he is a Vaishnava. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 5.18, Pandita Samadarshinaha, one who is perfectly learned, does not see anyone as lesser or greater because he sees everyone from the spiritual platform. Thus, the only alternative left to Lord Shiva was to leave in order to stop his follower Nandishvara as well as Bhrugumuni from cursing and counter cursing in that way. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana चक्षुरन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्दा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जय पताक स्वामिनिति नामने नमः आचार्यपादाय निताय कृपाप्रदायिने गौरगदाधामदाय नगरग्रामतारिणे. So Maitreya Uvacha Tasyaivam Vadatah Shapam Bhrugo Sa Bhagavan Bhavaha Nishchakrama Tata Kinchit Vimana Iva Sanugaha. So here the says Maitreya said when such cursing and counter cursing was going on between Lord Shiva's followers and the parties of Daksha and Bhrugu, Lord Shiva became very morose, not saying anything. He left the arena of the sacrifice, followed by his disciples. So earlier also we discussed the great nature of Lord Shiva. He is a great sadhu, he is a great Vaishnava. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Vaishnava qualities, sadhu qualities are mentioned very nicely. Titikshava Karunika Suhruda Sarvadehina Ajata Shatrava Shanta Sadhava Sadhubhushanaha. So Titikshava, first quality is tolerance. Here Lord Shiva exhibited the tolerance to the fullest extent. Even he is in the midst of such a critical situation. He did not say anything when the Daksha criticized, blasphemed him. When the later all the followers of Daksha, all the Brahmanas, Bhrigu, they were saying, so when his own followers, Nandishvara, when he was talking, he did not say anything because he doesn't want to take any side. So that is the greatest quality of a leader. When uh, in his presence, when two neophytes are arguing with each other, though some of his followers are there, he's when it is not appropriate, they don't take sides. So they will remain silent. They don't favor based on their bodily platform, relations, nothing like that. Here, Lord Shiva is exhibiting that impartiality between both the parties. And he was listening, and listening in the sense he is not absorbed in that, because he is absorbed actually in something superior. Param dristva nivartate. He is not in this material consciousness, rather he is in the completely samadhi state. Yeah. So here, Lord Shiva, there are in the purport itself, first line we can see Lord Shiva's excellent character is described here. Srila Prabhupada is saying that if anyone says that ISKCON people are criticizing Lord Shiva, degrading his position, so we can show this kind of descriptions. How Srila Prabhupada is glorifying Lord Shiva's excellent character, and he is glorifying him as a most tolerant Vaishnava. And also, here in the verse itself, it is said that Bhagavan, Lord Shiva is mentioned as Bhagavan. Of course, Krishna is the ultimate Bhagavan, Supreme Bhagavan, because in the Srimad Bhagavatam we come across this Bhagavan word mentioned for, says Narada also, Lord Shiva also, where these characteristics are, these appearances are shown by any great personality. Bhagavan is mentioned. It doesn't mean that everyone will become ultimate Bhagavan. Here, even the appearances are shown to certain extent, they are mentioned as the Bhagavan. But Lord Krishna is the possessor of all appearances and exhibits all appearances to the fullest extent. That is the difference. And also, Bhagavan is sometimes used for the Vaishnavas who are very dear to the Supreme Lord, because they are representing the Supreme Lord Bhagavan. Here, Lord Shiva is representing with his noble qualities, characteristics, how a Vaishnava should behave. And here, Lord Shiva, even though so much of agitating atmosphere is created, he does not exhibit his anger. He did not talk anything unnecessarily. In Nectar of Instruction, we heard this, we read this. Vacho vegam, manasakroda vegam, jihva vegam, udarapasta vegam. Etan veganyo vishayeta dhira. So, dhira means a dhira, a sober person, he completely controls his vacho vegam. He does not utter any a word unnecessarily. He doesn't talk anything unnecessarily. He completely controls his tongue. Of course, eating habits are there, but first one is unnecessary talking. 99% of the problems in the material world comes from this uncontrollable talk, uncontrollable tongue. The relations will be spoiled. This is the simplest technique mentioned by the scriptures. If we are thinking twice before we open our mouth, before we talk anything, if we control the urge of tongue, what to speak, what not to speak, when we have this vichakshana, means this discriminating power, when before we talk, our relations will be very wonderful. Because of this only, all the problems will come. Sometimes we will think that we are talking to person B about a person C. We are thinking that the person C doesn't know anything, just we can talk whatever we want to person B. But once it comes out of our mouth, we don't know, it doesn't have any boundaries. It can go anywhere and it can cause any harm. So, only it will have the power until it is within us. Once if it is out, anything may happen. And when there is uncontrollable tongue, it is worse than the forest fire. Worse than the forest fire. Only certain reason it will spread. Forest fire also will spread only to that forest area. But these words can spread all over the world also. We don't know. We are seeing in the world news. If someone, some person, some leader says something in one corner of a country, it is going worldwide, right? So there are no bounds. It is, we should be very, very careful when we open our mouth. Here, Lord Shiva is very tolerant, especially he is completely in control of Vachuvegam. And in Bhagavad Gita, in the second chapter, also it is mentioned that Yada samharate chayam kurmonganiva sarvasaha indriyani indriyadebhya tasya prajna pratishtata. So, yada samharate jain kurmunganiva sarvasaha. How a kurma, how a tortoise always withdraw his limbs only when it is needed for a specific purpose, it will release the limbs. Otherwise, always it is in complete control. He doesn't expose his limbs. So, Lord Krishna is suggesting us even ourselves also, our senses always should be under control. Unnecessarily, we should not let them loose. So he is giving an excellent analogy or example how we can learn from his nature also, his nature's wonderful creation also, by showing that example of tortoise. And here, one more great example is Pandita Samadarshanaha. He always, he is the greatest Vaishnava. That's why he is always Samadarshanaha. He is not thinking as his team, his party, Nandishwara and team is doing good. The opposite team fault only it is. He is not discriminating. He is not showing any preferences. He is not considered them. One is higher, one is lower. This is another great quality. So, the material world, nature is a world of duality. When we are seeing that one is good, one is not, one is correct, one is wrong, of course, we should have that discrimination. That's correct in right perspective. Even Madhyamadikari devotee sees that who is devotee, who is non-devotee, how we can preach. It is all correct. But we should use that discrimination for preaching purpose. Whenever it is not necessary on the material platform, we should never discriminate and we should not see in the uh, duality form. One is favorable, not another one is not favorable, nothing like that. In the recently I'm reading 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, a Krishna conscious person, he doesn't see anything of this happiness, sadness, illusion, clear, nothing like that. He is always in a blissful condition which is beyond all this world of duality. Why? Because he doesn't even say that it is day, it is night, anything like that. Because if he is in such a platform, not conscious of one is good, one is bad, rather he always have that bliss of Krishna consciousness, aloof from all these dual natures. So he doesn't see he always lies in a uni nature, Krishna's transcendental nature. He doesn't see anything beyond that. Let it go, the nature is going on, ups and downs, good and bad, happiness and morose, all these will be there. Here Sri Vishnu Chakravarti Thakura mentioned in the translation that is saying that Lord Shiva became very morose, but he is not actually morose. He doesn't want to take any more chance, any more mess. Why? Because in the previous 31st verse, when Bhrugumuni said that, uh, एष एव हि लोकानां शिवः पन्था सनातनः यं पूर्वे चानुशन्तस्तुर् यत्प्रमाणं जनार्दनः. Whenever he bring the word Janatanaha, then he immediately came to external consciousness. So far he is in a trance of the Supreme Lord. Whenever his Lord's name is uttered by Bhrugumuni, then he came to consciousness, external consciousness. Then see, he is uttering, he is bringing my Lord's name. Now this is the time. I don't want to mess up with any of the devotees, any of the people who is taking the Lord's name, who is bringing the Lord's name, who is uttering the Lord's name. Immediately Apramatta, Lord Shiva became Apramatta and want to leave his that place with his followers. So otherwise he is very sober, not at all involving, not at all taking sides. But when Bhrugumuni is saying that you are criticizing the Vedas, which are meant by to understand Janatana, you have committed such a great sinful activity. So Bhrugumuni is saying like that. Then when he heard Vishnu Chakravarti Thakura mentioned that that is the reason he did not actually feel morose, but he doesn't want to create any more mess with the people who are uttering Lord, Supreme Lord's name. That is the only reason. He left that place with all his followers. When we see why Lord Shiva is very cautious. Until then, he is okay. But all of a sudden, why he became cautious means he knows that Lord, Supreme Lord doesn't want anyone creating disrespect, anyone blaspheming his devotees or anything. One time in Ramayana, we know this episode. Lord Ramchandra promised Vali and Sugriva. Sugriva, he will help Sugriva in the fight between Vali and Sugriva by killing Vali. But when the fighting started, there was a big fight, and Vali literally almost killed Sugriva. Then Sugriva came with wounded pains and asked, "My dear Lord, were you not able to kill Vali? He is more strengthful person than you. Why you are not able to kill him?" Then Lord Ramchandra mentioned that you both are looking similar, so I am confused. I am not able to discriminate. If I release the arrow, for sure it will kill someone, but I don't want to hit that arrow to a wrong person. uh, Better you have a garland so that I can know that it is you and I can kill Wali. So from this incident, Lord Ramchandra is not an ordinary person. He is the Supreme Lord. Can't he discriminate who is Wali, who is Sugriva? Can't he discriminate his own pure devotee? Sorry, he is not a pure devotee. His own devotee. He is Paramatma in everyone's heart. But the actual reason is when he was receiving Lord Rama, when he was introduced by Hanumanji, he gave proper respect to Lord Rama, but he did not respect Lakshmana. Sugriva did not properly honor Lakshmana. He did not offer the proper seat to Lakshmana. This was noticed by Lord Ramachandra. So here, when Lord Ramchandra suggested him to wear the garland, he ordered Lakshmana to bring a garland. So the etiquette of any Vaishnava is, when someone garlands that Vaishnava, he immediately offers back obeisances. So the minute when Lakshmana put a garland around the neck of Sugriva, Sugriva lowered his neck, offered obeisances to Lakshmana. That made Lord Rama pleased. So in that way, he got eligibility to receive the help from Lord Ram. So he could kill. Now he is happily rendered his help to Sugriva by killing Vali. So Shiva completely aware, because he is a staunch devotee of Lord Ramachandra. Lord Shiva knows that Supreme Lord doesn't want anyone any disrespect towards his devotees. So when someone blasphemes or criticizes or curses, he know the effect, he know the impact. So the devotee's only aim is to please the Supreme Lord, not anything else. Not to win over, not to please some other XYZ person, not like that. He always in the conscious that I don't want to displease my Supreme Lord. This is the supreme consciousness. Here, Lord Shiva doesn't want to take any chance to it, because it may displease his beloved Lord. And Lord Shiva, uh, even when Supreme Lord also, Sisupala, during the Rajasuya sacrifice also, Sisupala was uttering so many criticisms. He was blaspheming the Supreme Lord. But Lord tolerated even 99 criticisms also he tolerated. Even the 10th one, 100th one also, to show his special mercy, which is not good on the part of Sisupala. At that time, he reacted. Otherwise, even unlimited number of criticisms also, they don't affect the Supreme Lord. So they can go on, tolerate. So for the Supreme Lord and his devotees, this tolerance is the most ornament, glorious quality we can understand. So whoever is following the Supreme Lord and his pure devotees, we should develop this kind of qualities. And one more wonderful quality here Lord Shiva is exhibiting as a leader is, he, any leader, they have, if any situation is going on, they are ready to give credit to complete credit to his followers. And if there is any blame is going on, any fault, if they are finding out, that leader is ready to accept that fault on their shoulders. For example, Supreme Lord, after Mahabharata war is completely done, Yudhishthir Maharaj wanted to go to Gandhari, Mother Gandhari. But immediately Lord Krishna appeared there and he stopped Yudhishthir Maharaj from going. You all you Pandavas, you stay here. I will go to Mother Gandhari and pacify her. But when the time Lord Krishna went there, Gandhari is so angry. She was so much in the morose situation. She was not able to control her senses. Immediately she was blaspheming Krishna. All your Adu dynasty will be vanished. You will be vanished. You did lot of injustice to me. This is not fair on your part. And Lord is tolerating so much everything. And out of respect, because Mother Gandhari is a so chaste lady, out of respect to her, he voluntarily accepted all the words of Gandhari to be true. If he wants, he can, he's already aloof of all these curses, but he voluntarily accepted, and this he made it as a part of Leela, and he gave a role to Gandhari also for the situations to happen, to come true. And when Gandhari is pacified and she calmed down, then he called all the Pandavas. At that time, all her anger got burst out, and now she started repenting. Please forgive me, Krishna. I did all the offenses. You are the Supreme Lord. You are Paramatma. It's the fault of my sons. They were not righteous. That's why they underwent all these consequences. Please forgive me. She was. At that time, he happily invited all the Pandavas, and then she started glorifying all the Pandavas. You people are so fortunate. Krishna was always protecting. So, this is the nature. We can understand how we should be, how a devotee should be. Otherwise, how much consequences, how much morals we have to feel. But Krishna, as a leader, when he is giving credit of victory of the whole battle, he gave to Arjuna. And when he has to take blame or criticisms, and the leader is ready to take. Here, Lord Shiva is also exhibiting. He is happily, he is tolerating everything, all the curses of Daksha and everyone. So, a leader is not affected with all these because he is aloof from all the situations. This power, how they can get, means the more absorption in the Supreme Lord consciousness, it will come. All these qualities we can be adopted. So, whatever consciousness we are absorbed in, we can derive those qualities. Here, Lord Shiva is completely absorbed in the Supreme Lord's consciousness. He is always meditating on the qualities of the Supreme Lord. So he could imbibe the qualities of the Supreme Lord. If we are absorbed in the negative qualities of others, then we will absorb their qualities. That's the reason even our consciousness, that's why this moment is Krishna consciousness, not just Krishna. So, everything, our development of good qualities. Yashyast bhaktir bhagavat akinchana sarvair gunais tatra samasate sudha. So, when we are absorbed in Krishna consciousness, we can all sura qualities, all demigod qualities, all godly qualities, we can develop. So if we also want to have develop all these qualities, means we should be absorbed in that Janardana consciousness, Krishna consciousness. Then we can develop all Supreme Lord's qualities like Lord Shiva. Okay. Hare Krishna. If you have any questions, you can post in the Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya.
Thank you very much, Matan. We would like to wish you all a safe and Krishna conscious day and weekend ahead. A weekend filled with Bhagavatam Katha. From today evening, we will have Lal Govinda Prabhu speaking on this wonderful topic, Hanuman Ke Ram, and making us Krishna conscious, Ram conscious, Shiva conscious, understanding the real position of Hanumanji. So it will start at 6 p.m. sharp. So we humbly request you all to come by 6 or before 6. Today is from 6 to 9, and then both tomorrow and day after 4 to 9, 4 to 9. Like that, yeah. So he's going to speak from Srimad Bhagavatam, uh, verses from Srimad Bhagavatam on this subject matter. Uh, the katha will be in Hindi, but there will also be a translation going on in the back from Hindi to English. So those who are not able to understand Hindi uh, will still be able to relish the katha by the translation. Are there any questions on the logistics of that? Okay.
Prasadam will be served.
Sumptuous prasadam will be served on all the 3 days. Bhagavatam Katha itself is nectar, but yes, besides that nectar also, the nectar of prasada will be served. Okay. We'd like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Shri Nrsingo Jai Nrsingo Jai Jai Nrsingo Praladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringam Ugraviram
Ugraviram
Mahavishnu
Mahavishnu
Jalantam
Jalantam
Sarvatomukam
Sarvatomukam Narsimham
Nrsingham Bhishana Bhadram
Bhadram
Nityam Nityam
Nityam
Namaminam
Namami.
Nrsinga Bhagwana Ki
Ki
Jai
Jai,
Maharaja Ki Jai.
Jai.
Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas,
Vanchakalpatarubhasya Kripa
Manchakalpatarubhasya
Sindhuvaicha Patitanam
Patitanam
Pavanebhyo
Pavanebhayo Vaishnavebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
Namo
Namo Namah.
Namaha वैष्णविंद की
Ki
जय
Jai,
राज श्रीमद् भागवतम की
Ki
जय
Jai,
शिला प्रभुपाद की
Ki
जय
Jai.
गौर प्रेमानंदे
Hari
हरि
Hari
Yes,
हरि
Hari
बोल
Bol.
Lord. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you
Namaste.
everybody. Hari Bol. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.